So we will restart again now.
Okay, no problem.
So before we, go live and discuss the entire thing that we have, on the platter today, Sion, more than me, I am an expert in my field, which is launching brands, and you are an expert in yours. So
Yes.
Cian Galbano has been one of a very good friend and also a great expert when it comes to SEO and all the kind of digital marketing. And I think you have got some good credits with certification with Facebook and Instagram, na?
Yes, sir. So I'm a certified specialist from Google in digital marketing, in SEO, in SEM, in paid media. So yeah, you name all the digital certifications, I have got them all. Yeah.
And I have been working with Sion for a very long time. And I think what he does is simply superb because he knows where the button has to be hit to get an extra boost to anything that we do online. So it is my pleasure to be with you and discuss about how to launch a brand.
Sir, it's my pleasure to be with you, taking live session with you, knowing you for more than 2 years now, and it's a pleasure to conduct this live session with you. And I would like to know more about Sharp. Like, why did you start Sharp? What was the reason behind starting Sharp Consulting and implementing company?
Thanks, Sion. See, Sharp Consulting and Implementing Company, when I formed this company, I have this habit of always being out of the comfort zone.
Okay.
So, there are certain kind of people who always like to be on the cliff. So I am one
Okay.
such guy who is on the cliff. Either you do or you die. Why
Okay.
do I say so? Is because I do a task which is a very difficult task, which only a few can do, which is launching a new brand into the country. Now,
Okay.
I was an ex Hindustan Lever. I have worked with multiple brands like Tyco in India, like Marino Industries. So these were, very powerful brand who had a lot of pull with them, and all the top notch used to work with them. So
Okay.
they did not have any problem in to work for them. But the thing is, if all the top people start working with all the top companies, then what will happen to the
Yes.
smaller companies? And that is where I started my. I saw a gap, and that is where I entered. So what Sharp is into, we are basically an expert in food and beverages only into
Okay.
FMCG sector, and we
Mhm.
help companies in launching their brands in India.
Okay. All
And
right.
launching is not at all a very easy task. See, launching happens in two ways. One is when a top brand launches a sub brand.
Mhm.
When that happens, it already has a backing of a brand. Like, let me give you an example. Everybody knows Hindustan Lever. So if Hindustan
Yeah.
Lever wants to launch a new brand, it is not a problem for them because they have got their distribution lined up. They have all their policies. Everything is in in principle. Everything is ready with them. They just have to add a simple category to their entire portfolio. Okay, that is one aspect. Now imagine if I have to launch a brand which is Sion.
Okay.
Nobody knows anything about it.
Yeah.
Nobody knows nothing. How do you
Even the
launch it?
name. Yeah.
Nobody knows nothing. Nothing. Nobody. Cause nobody knows. It is brought into existence by you. So how will you go about it? So this is the thing which I do.
Okay. So coming to my second question on this. So, as you said, why you started it, I also want to know what differentiates you from the other consulting agencies who are there in the market. Like, what differentiates Sharp Consulting and Implementing from the other companies?
The name is itself, the answer to your question. You
Okay.
find there are many companies which consult. There are only a few who implement. So I am not only a sayer, I am also a doer. So that is the
Okay.
biggest difference that I bring to the platter. See, when we talk about strategy,
Mhm.
it is something which is 80%, 80 to 90% you have to put your effort in building up the concept, in deciding the target audience, in deciding your pricing structure. And when everything is ready, the next stage is to launch a brand. Now, most of the people do only the first part. Why? Because we are interacting with only a few people and putting our views in a PPT and showcasing the entire portfolio to somebody.
All right.
Now let us take a step forward. Now this is where I come into play. This is where my difference is. I also implement. So when it comes to implementing, it is perhaps one of the most difficult thing to do, is because of a simple concept. I will like to quote the Bible from here. You know the Tower of the Babel?
Yes, sir, I do.
Exactly. So that is the reason why implementing becomes quite difficult. Because see, the Tower of the Babel, the concept is God once said to his um, people that if you want to reach me, build a tower. And at that
Yes.
time, human force did not have the ability to speak, and they were constructing the building in a very structured and a very organized way, and they were almost reaching heaven.
Yeah.
It is at that time when God realized, if this continues like this, then they are going to reach me. So what did he do? He is the biggest strategist in the world,
Yes,
in the
yes.
universe. He said he empowered the human being with one talent. He said, speak. And within minutes, the entire tower crashed. And this is where things go wrong when we start implementing. There are various minds which know nothing about launching, know nothing about implementing, but out of feeling of hunch, or I would say the investor's syndrome, since this is my business, I will run it my way, because of
Yeah.
which the problem starts happening.
So this comes, thank you for this information. This brings me to my third question. So as you said, the launching is very important. Do you also relaunch the brands? And what do you want to say about this?
Yes, I do relaunch brand, and relaunching is a step forward then launching, and it is in fact a very difficult thing to do, because for the simple reason, you are going to reach the same set of customers whom you had approached once with
That
the
is the
same
most
product.
difficult part here because once it's
Yeah,
already launched and then it's a failure, and to relaunch it, it's the most difficult part now. So how we deal about this? How we go about this?
be honest about it. That's the only way you can do. See, the only thing which I have uh, understood while launching brands is, when you launch a new brand, it is not the brand which is powerful. It is the people who are powerful. You need to work with the right people. If you do not have the right people, the job becomes even more difficult. Now, why I say right people, because there are many wrong people available. The hard fact about brand launches is that it is very expensive and it is very slow. It takes a lot of time, and the kind of sales which happen during a brand launch varies. By this I mean, it is not only one level of selling that we do. when we work in the retail channel, in the FMCG channel where I am there, I don't have to only sell to a distributor or to a retailer. I also have to ensure that the customer buys the product, and after the buying process has opened, he has to come back and buy again. So you see the cycle, and this is how the cycle goes. Now imagine, what is the cold drink which you drink? If I ask you a question,
Uh, Coca-Cola, Limca,
Coca-Cola,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So if I ask you to give me one name which which you prefer,
Coca-Cola,
so you would go and buy Coca-Cola. Suppose
yeah.
tomorrow you go to a store to buy
Hmm.
Coca-Cola. You don't get Coca-Cola. You have Thumbs Up and Pepsi. What will you do?
I will go to the next alternate brand, Thumbs Up.
बराबर ना? So imagine
Yeah,
how it is, if it is a brand which you go and ask, right? So imagine how difficult the process is, because one, you have to be available there all the time, and in a store there is a space only to keep 10 to 15 products of a particular SKU. If the stock out happens, then the customer switches over. So
that's
when
really
the
interesting.
switching over, so how do you retain customers? So this is what I do. We complete the cycle.
Sir, so as I also wanted to know the steps what you're saying, the answers what you gave. Right now, how it has been different from pre-COVID to post-COVID? What has changed? Is the strategy changed? Do we evolve, or how do we approach the business?
See, COVID has definitely affected the market a lot.
Because
There
FMCG
is a
is a big
positive,
part of this, right?
yeah, but it is the least affected, because when we talk about FMCG, there are two aspects to it. One is the essential category, which is rice, sugar, salt, tea. These are things which are non-negotiable. Whether it is pandemic, whether it is anything, these will always sell. So essentials were always in demand, and there are many companies who had come in this time, and they really made a good amount of money during this COVID time. Now coming to the non-essential, which I called as semi premium products. For example, say green tea. Now when we talk about green tea, there are various brands. In the premium category, we have got brands like Taifu, like Twinings. Okay, we have brands like Tetley, brands like Taj Mahal. Now, what happened during the pandemic? The people just wanted to have green tea. So, what the pandemic did was, instead of going for a premium green tea, they know that all green tea are the same. So, shifted down. So, what
Oh,
happened? The lower size category, they did not get any hit. In fact, they got a boost because the people from top came down. Now the problem what happened, those who were in the middle segment, semi-premium segment, are the most hit. In fact, many companies in that category have closed down also, or are in the process of closing down. Now the third thing which happened in FMCG industry is the premium product, the niche product.
okay.
Now essentials not affected. Why? Because you
Mhm.
require them. Okay.
Yeah,
The semi-premium product is the semi-premium category is the highest affected, because if it is not there, still you can leave. If a substitute is available, you will take. Now to come
yeah.
to the third category, which is the niche category. Now what happens in niche? They are those people who are unaffected by any kind of pandemic, whether it is one, two, three, they don't matter. They have got tons of money with them. So the niche product, matlab a person who is, uh, who wants a watch of Bauman Mercy will take that watch only. A person who wants to wear a Daewoo shoes will wear that shoes only. Why? Because pandemic has got no effect on him. So these two, speaking about the role of these two, the three segments, the niche segment and the essential were least affected. But the semi-premium segment, were highly affected. There is also another angle to the pandemic is because due to pandemic, what has happened is many companies have decided not to launch their product, stating that pandemic is not the right time. Obviously, because there is a fear factor and people don't want to take the risk of coming inside a market when the sentiments are not good. But why, on the other hand, you know, what I have done as a market entry strategist during the pandemic, I have launched two companies successfully. One of the company I have already handed over, and they are running the business on their own, and the another company is the launch process is still on. So what I want to say is there is a gap because many companies are fearing to enter. Their market is empty as of now. So if you enter now, what happens is that the retailer is going to welcome you. Imagine you doing this after 6 months. What will happen? Any guesses, Sion?
Might be like I might lose out on the opportunity if I don't enter now.
You are partly correct. But after 6 months, there will be hundreds of companies which wanted to launch.
Okay.
So what will happen? The retail space is that 200 square feet to 500 square feet. Now, how many products will come inside that?
Got it. And the competition also will increase.
So what is the right time to launch?
This is the right time to launch. So that brings to my last question of the day. That what would be your message to the people who want to launch their business in the FMCG sector, to the CEOs? So what would you like to tell them?
I'll tell them, see, if you have decided to launch a product, you must start your process right now because there is a gestation period to it. And get everything organized in terms of, I'll just give you some examples. A brand which I was supposed to launch pre-pandemic period got delayed by six months and was launched in the pandemic. Why it got delayed? Because there was a certain ingredient which was not permissible in India because of some FSSAI guidelines. So what they had to do, they had to change the entire product formulation. Okay, which means a delay.
That's very
Now, that's one example. The second thing is the other brand which I launched, there was a packaging problem into it. So the point is not that. The point is whenever we launch a new product, you don't know what is going to happen. So you have to be extra careful and even after doing everything correctly, something or the other is going to come up. Therefore, we have to be very planned, and all those who want to launch their product or all those people who want to enter the market, they must start now and be ready before the market fully opens. I presume that probably next year also there will be this fear of COVID. Some 2022, maybe towards the second half, by August, September, I think people will not even wear masks after that. So if there are people on, Sion, there is a lot of thing which happens on strategy. So if you are a cold drink, you have to launch in January. Why? Because you have to capitalize on the hot season. If you are a hot beverage, you have to launch right now because you have to capitalize on the cold season. Okay. So, everything is.
So it's very
everything.
insightful of the data which you're sharing with us and the viewers and the people who will see the video. So it's very insightful for you. And I would recommend people to visit the website. If I'm correct, it's www.seco.in. And it has more information about the case studies which Sir has taken to and the business which he's into, and to get us more insightful data on this. And if some of our viewers want to ask us anything, any questions for us, you all can ask right now.
Or you can also write to me on my website. on my email ID, which is sharp, SHARP, at scico.in.
So we'll share the email ID, sir, on the comment box. So for the people who want to know.
You can do that. You can do that. So, Sion, this was a nice short discussion, but brand launches are not that easy. They are not that short. It's a hard work, and along with hard work, there is also a lot of emotion which goes into. And I always tell people, start small, start slowly, because it is very expensive. Try to avoid mistakes, even though they come. If you have controlled your cost, then you have a fair amount of money which is there with you that can help you in tough times. And a good product is non negotiable. The product is the hero. Then then everybody is a hero. Even the company becomes a hero.
Yes, totally agree with you. It's a very good session, and thank you everyone for tuning in with us today. And thank you very much, sir, for giving such insightful information and such insightful data. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Sion. Stay safe, and I hope you are double vaccinated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir,
Then
definitely.
enjoy. Then enjoy life.
Thank you, sir.